Mike, oh my goodness, we're getting to the new year. What unbelievable products you've been showing me. First, I knew about the X39, and now I'm saying the wow factor. For people that need a little bit more, but that little bit more with the X39, and you have a tremendous non pharmaceutical growth of seeing starting to reverse age and feel better, which is amazing what you're able to do with these products.
They are amazing is the best word. They're very believable because the science is there. So I wouldn't call them incredible because that means they're not believable, but they're believable. So they're credible, but they're amazing. They're just, you never cease to be amazed as to what they're going to do. So today we're going to talk about another amazing product called the Carnosine patch, Carnosi. I can't even spell it right. Carnosine. Carnosine. I'm gonna throw up a definition here with. So I'm gonna share my screen. Hang on just a second here. So let's look at this. So carnosine is a naturally occurring dipeptide, two amino acids that are linked. So peptides are linked amino acids, and it's found in high concentrations in the muscles, the brain, the heart. It's known as a powerful antioxidant and anti-glycation agent, and that prevents you from getting any kind of sugar damage. It's a pH buffer and metal chelator, supporting cellular health, preventing aging related damage, and potentially boosting muscle function with sources including meat and supplements. So, if you're looking at how this one works, again, it's all phototherapy. Photobiomodulation is taking a light frequency that's coming from your body and it's hitting this patch and it's turning around, reflecting it to the skin. And when it hits the skin, it is taking two amino acids and forming them together, the beta alanine and the histidine, and creating a dipeptide. That dipeptide is what's doing this. The patch doesn't do anything. And again, for our viewers, so that we maintain compliance and such, we're not medical doctors. We're not giving medical advice, and anything we say about a medical condition is not meant to talk about a medical advice, but you always should ask your medical doctor before making any changes on anything. So we're going to talk about some things that this is going to affect your body, but I want people to understand that we're not offering any medical advice in that process there. So let me get another screen up here. By the way, some of the key functions that are here, this is just Googling what is carnosine. But we're going to talk about some of those functions here in just a second. So let's see. Were you able to see that?
No, I don't. Your screen's there. Screen sharing now.
I shared and it didn't come on there. Okay, that sucked. Let me start all over again. Can you just cut and paste, or do I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to?
yeah, yeah. Just go ahead and go. Keep going, and I will edit that out. Okay.
Okay, all right. So what I was showing. Let me start all over again. I closed it down. That's crazy. Anyways,
Okay.
all right. So what is carnosine? Carnosine is a naturally occurring dipeptide, two amino acids that are linked. Peptides are all just branched up amino acids, and so that's what this is. It's two amino acids, a dipeptide, beta alanine and histidine, and they're found in your muscles, your brain, your heart. So that should kind of tell you what they're going to protect as an antioxidant. They're going to protect what? Your muscles, your brain, and your heart. And they're a very powerful antioxidant. They act as an anti-glycation agent, which prevents sugar damage. And then this is, again, just looking at what's on Google, searching what is carnosine on Google. But we're going to talk about it a little more in detail within the program here today. But keep in mind that we're not medical doctors. We're not offering medical advice, and anything that we say about a medical condition shouldn't be interpreted as that you should go out and do this without consulting your doctor. If you think your doctor knows what they're talking about, then they don't find one who does. Find somebody who is a more of a naturopathic medical doctor, or a functional medical doctor who can help you with these kind of bits of information. You can find a lot of information on your own and go back and educate them. But it's a lot easier if you have somebody who's educated, if I'm making sense of that. But carnosine to me is kind of a miracle nutrient in the human body. it can function as an antioxidant, and antioxidants do what? They protect things. So if you have a pear, a pear has a unique antioxidant that keeps it from when it's picked from the tree from just spoiling immediately. The antioxidant does it. Same thing for oranges. Same things for lemons. Same things for, I mean, every fruit has an antioxidant attached to it. Humans have antioxidants. Glutathione is one of our antioxidants, but carnosine functions as an antioxidant as well in the human body. And so, being found in the brain, being found in the heart, being found in your muscles, then you can think that this is as an antioxidant is going to protect those areas of the body. So the research shows that carnosine can function as an aid to help people with things that are brain related. So we're seeing some very interesting effects on people who have been diagnosed with dementia. So again, we're not offering medical advice, but if you're looking to protect your brain from dementia or to get any benefits and you're already diagnosed with dementia, then this is going to offer you that creation of carnosine in the body, and the carnosine should help with those areas in the body. And there's lots of studies that show that carnosine relates to that. So you can go out and Google studies on carnosine in the brain and its effect on the brain and things like that. But it's a powerful anti-glycation nutrient in the body. And what it means is it combines with proteins and create glycation is combining of proteins with sugars that create inflammation in the body, and this helps prevent that from happening. So it's an anti-inflammatory. So carnosine can minimize a lot of oxidative stress and oxidative damage, especially, like I said earlier, in the brain and in the blood, muscles, those areas that we've already talked about, heart as well. So these are a supplementation that you're looking for those areas of your body. So if you're using carnosine, by the way, the company says that you should use it about 3 days if you're not exercising, because it stays in those areas, it builds up in those areas. You don't need to use it 12 hours on, 12 hours off, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week. You can do it 3, 4 for that matter, and get all the benefit that you need out of it. However, if you're exercising, then it has an additional benefit of again, protecting your muscles, building your muscles. So you may be using some of it in that process of exercising, and you need to keep it on for 7 days a week. Again, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and it is a daytime patch. I have worn carnosine at night, and I had some of the most amazing, very vivid dreams. Now, I slept, but I didn't sleep well. I woke up with my brain just tired on it, because carnosine has that effect when you sleep. It will cause you to have these vivid dreams that are there, but your brain's active. So your brain's doing a lot of things in that dream state that's constant, instead of it just having some dream and then stopping. It's just constantly going with
Right.
it.
So my
So anyway,
question to you, I'm
yeah,
ready to questions, because this
go
is
ahead.
where,
Fire away.
so is this intercellular communication with carnosine? Is that starting with you to talk about the, good.
Yeah, well, every peptide is a communicator. It's taking amino acids, putting them together to send a message. So remember, for X39s, what is the amino acid that that's forming, or the peptide that's forming from the amino acids, is a copper peptide, and that copper peptide is signaling for several things. One of the things it signals for is to return your genetic code back to its original state. So it puts 4,000 plus parts of your genome back to normal, back to where they should be. But it also sends a message to your stem cells to get up and get back to work. And so that's the messaging it comes from. The messaging from this peptide is this dipeptide is for your heart to stay healthy, for your brain to stay healthy, for your muscles to build and grow. And so we've got athletes that are working out that are using this for that kind of structure. We've got people who are needing it for heart conditions, using it. People who are looking to prevent their brain from aging, to doing these things. So the message with some of these patches, especially in the Y age group, is that why get older? Why have this normal mindset of that this is what's going to happen to me as I age. You know, you and I are both into biohacking. We're looking at what we can do in our bodies to change things and not experience that. And reversing the process of stem cells being deactivated is just one of those key things. This does another element of it. Does it does some of the things that X39 does? Yeah. You know, it's going to help you heal better because it reduces inflammation. But, you know, is it going to be better than the X39? I don't think so. It does some things that are unique in and so if somebody asks me, what one patch should I do? You've got 12 of them, Mike. What are you recommending? Well, I would say that start off with the X39. Start off with it always. If I'm looking at recommending it to anybody, that's where I'm going to go. If somebody says, well, I've got this, this, and this, I'm going to say, well, start with the X39 and let's see where the stem cell activity, the reversing of your genome works in your body, and let's see where it goes. So I'm looking to contact them back in about a month, see what they're feeling, see what they're seeing, see how things are changing in their body. If nothing is happening, then I'm going to recommend that they go and add on an Eon patch at that point in time, because inflammation is a canceller to what your stem cells are doing. It actually fights your stem cells. But your stem cells go to where inflammation is because it knows it needs to repair something there. So the Eon reduces inflammation. The company, when you become a Preferred Plus customer, sends out 10 Eon patches with that first order as a Preferred Plus customer. Why? Because they think it works together in combination very well. So, you know, it is a good benefit, you know, to be using there. So, you know, again, start with the X39, add these on. If you've got someone specifically that's dealing with brain issues, or if you're an athlete and you're looking to build muscle tissue, you know, then again, the carnosine is one I would add to it. I wear mine about 3 times a week. I do work out every day, but I also wear the X49, which helps me with that as well too. So I think that 3 days a week, I'm getting what I need to have out of it. If somebody's looking to build massive muscle, probably stay with the 7-day routine on it. But you know, they ought to look at the studies that are on all of these areas that are available on the internet. The company has, I think, 5 studies on this specifically. You know, and one of the things that in the muscle area, you know, what sarcopenia is. That's the you know, as we age, the muscles, like especially in here, you're losing muscle tissue under your arms. You're getting these flabby looking arms and such. Well, you know, it's going to help you reverse some of the things that are on that. But it's just taking an attitude of that. I'm not going to let this happen to me. I'm not going to be a victim of the normal thinking of things. I'm going to hack as much as I can hack. It's just like your wife, you know, we talked about the Eon. She's gotten on it now, and she's feeling differently because it's bringing something else to the table that the X39 and what it
Right.
was doing with stem cells was just not, you know, it's not getting there. So you might want to have something add on to get there, to get to that next level where you want to be. I think everybody should experience with all of the LifeWave patches, because they all do something uniquely different. Some of them do something similar, but you know, the similar stops at that. It's just like this. An antioxidant in the fruit, grapefruit, is an antioxidant. It's called vitamin C, people call it. But that vitamin C that's in that grapefruit is different, and it's going to act differently in the body than someone who manufactures vitamin C in a plant. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, it's just like a pill that's not there. So if you're consuming the grapefruit, you're going to get a different benefit than you are if you're just taking a vitamin C tablet. Okay. The difference between that vitamin C in the grapefruit and pycnogenol, or what's called oligomeric proanthocyanidins, which is another antioxidant, is going to be vastly different what it does in the human body, because they are made from different things. You can find pycnogenol or OPCs, we call it for short, oligomeric proanthocyanidins. Surprised that I said it right the first time. But that OPC in pine bark extract, in red wine extract, is a different molecule. It does different things. So these carnosine molecules in the body, that dipeptide, is going to do something uniquely different than what the you know, the copper peptide is going to do. Every
Exactly.
one of them is going to do something differently. So
So
you ought
do
to
you know
talk.
people that wear all 12 patches?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wear all 12 patches at different times. I don't wear glutathione every day because I'm a pretty healthy guy and I don't need to detox and I don't need to fight off any kind of bacterial infections or things like that. But if I get feeling puny at any step of the day, I'm like, oh, man, I feel like something's, or I've been out in public and I've exposed myself to a lot of possible, people that are sick or whatever, especially in the wintertime as seasons are changing. I'm going to pop on a glutathione patch
Yep.
because it's going to help me remain healthy. So it's just learning on them. And again, I've got my stack of patches right here. Okay. So it indicates I'm using some every day, right?
Right.
And I don't use the ice wave patch every day because I don't have pain. I,
Right.
I use the energy enhancer patches when I am needing to be on my game all day long. Okay. So if I'm saying to myself, well, I mean, I've normally got a high level of energy, and that's I think caused by the X39 primarily. But if I'm going someplace or I'm going to meetings, I'm gonna be listening to trainings or things like this all day long, I'm gonna put energy
See,
patches on.
this is what's really cool is there's so many different patches. The X39 is going to give you the long term, but we have to have a conversation, a test after all 12 of these patches. The glutathione. So what we talked about today, so to review, because we're going to close up today's podcast,
Yeah.
is we learned about the glutathione package, right? Is that correct?
No, the carnosine. Carnosine.
Carnosine.
I spoke about glutathione, that last thing in
This
your brain.
carnosine, carnosine, gluten. Okay, the carnosine, and the carnosine really involves the intercellular communication, just like the other, but use a little bit of
It-
glycans in this process to try to get that type of thing, which we could talk further. It is similar to the X39, but yet provides a little bit. So, what would you say the complete difference of the X39 and this patch?
it's going to work in a different mechanism to affect specific areas of the body. I would say that um, a a person who is wanting to have the best brain health that they can have should wear the carnosine periodically throughout the week and should wear the X39 every day.
Oh, so so
Because
some of these patches you purchase, you don't have to purchase monthly. You can use them off and on, biohacking what you need and figure out what
that's
is
correct.
your perfect biohack to do it.
Correct. Correct. And I'm very concerned about my brain. I mean, I take different oils that are beneficial for your brain that I'm not going to get into on this podcast, but I'm really concerned about brain health as I
No
age.
doubt.
And I've had parents that had dementia. I have a brother that had dementia, but his was caused from an insect bite. So it is a concern to me where my brain health is. I want to not have any brain fog. I want to be in that optimal level of operation. And so, yeah, anything that says something to do with the brain, I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, okay, I'll try that.
Yeah.
Let me see how it
I'm
goes.
using we use the Mendy. It's a bioneurofeedback brain training, and it's unreal how the effects and how I've improved my focus and attention. And also we have the brain scanner. So this is interesting when you talk about this patch for brain health. Interesting. So there's just so many different patches. I'm gonna have the test at one point in time. Yeah, and especially you mention and throw all those out there. Oh my gosh. But the best place to go is soon the website will be up. We're working on it right now. They'll have each one of the patches highlighted as a page basically for people to go. And just go ahead and DM me or Mike and search Neil Haley and tell me, hey, because I'm telling you, Mike, one of the big things in 2026 I have to watch out for is so many people are trying to impersonate me. The only real Neil Haley is the one that you could go ahead and message or you could text me. And it happens every day. And I don't know why it is, but that's why they need to do a blue check mark and the
Because you
ones
have
that
so
I don't
many
have to,
viewers.
huh?
You have so many viewers. They're trying to be you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
and
So
different names, but go to definitely search Mike Crook. Soon, the podcast, message us in the podcast, comment on Spotify, and Apple and all those different places, and let us know. Appreciate it, Mike.
my message is get on the X39 first. Let's do it immediately.